If you ever wondered how the date of Easter is determined, it's the first Sunday after the first full moon after the vernal equinox, or the beginning of spring.
Right. So Easter lilies that we have right here, a beautiful one, are a symbol of the season. But for growers, getting them to flower on time is a moving target every year. We visited one of the largest growers in our area, Didier Greenhouses in Rockford, where we learned timing is everything. Spring is in full bloom at Didier Greenhouses. The tulips, hydrangeas, pansies, and never-ending rows of potted plants are all waiting to grace the garden. But at this time of the year, the star of the show is the trumpet-shaped Easter lily, a symbol of resurrection and renewal. The Didier family has been growing them here for over 70 years.
My grandpa started it back in the 1947, 46. He had a florist downtown, and they started the greenhouse to grow cut flowers for the florist. Then my uncle and the 5 brothers and the 2 sisters and another brother worked at the florist. So it's been in our family for a long time.
How busy is the Easter season for you?
It's pretty busy because it happens all in a short 2-week window, so it's all compressed. So we got like over about 250 customers, wholesale and retail, and everybody wants their stuff at the same time.
And the tricky thing about Easter is the date changes every year.
Yes.
So how do you know when these lilies will be ready to bloom at Easter time?
I pretty much order the bulbs in the summertime in July. We get our shipment, depending on Easter, around the end of October. So we plant them then. We cool them for 40 days. You don't want to overcool them, you don't want to undercool them. Then you bring them out after, we try to bring them out after Christmas, after the poinsettias are gone, because that's when we got room. Then you count how many leaves are left to unfold.
Okay.
And then you can go by a little chart that they send and say, okay, you need to run the temperature at 68 to make this date.
Wow. And do you always hit the mark?
Well, there's always some that are behind, and there's always some that are ahead. But overall, we'd probably make 95% of them. Yeah. The difficult part is staging it for Easter. So we have like our hot tin over there that we push lilies that are a little bit tighter so we can make it on Easter.
So you're warming it up,
and
forcing the flowers
to come quicker,
to bloom.
Right. And then we have huge coolers that we put the ones that came early in too.
So if you're buying an Easter lily,
right,
what do you want to be looking for?
Well, you want to make sure it's nice and healthy and green and the leaves go down. You want to make sure you got a good bud count, because the more buds, the more flowers you're going to get.
Okay.
So they'll last longer that way.
How long do the flowers last?
A lot depends on temperature. So if it's warmer, it's going to only last maybe a week or 2. If it's cool, you can have one like at 45 or whatever for probably 3 to 4 weeks.
Where will all of these lilies go?
I'd say most of our lilies nowadays go to a florist. Then they sell them to the churches, their local churches.
And stores. And your lilies go all over the state?
Yes, we go from Madison, Wisconsin. We go over to Dubuque, Quad Cities, Bloomington, Chicago. So we cover a pretty large radius.
Do you love Easter or you do dread Easter?
It's a love-hate relationship. I mean, it's a nice time and all that, but it's a lot of headaches because you got to hit that window. We're in the business to bring happiness. That's my motto here, is we grow plants to bring peace and happiness to customers.
And they certainly do. The bulbs, by the way, for almost all of the Easter lilies in the United States all come from the same small region in Oregon in the Pacific Northwest. Didier Greenhouses is on West State Street in Rockford. For more information on their hours and the shop, go to didiergreenhouses.com. And Andy said, you see the little, well, we took them out, but the stamens,
yep,
if you pull those out, it will help the flower last longer. They have pollen on them.
Well, and it gets all over your clothes or your cat.
So
or
how do you do it? With a paper towel?
Well, I do it, but I was just reading you should take like a pipe cleaner and bend it over and then just pull it off.
Oh, that's a good tip. Yeah. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is the one who told us to do that. And they smell
And I
great.
plant them in the ground when they're done.
Do you really?
And they come back year
Oh,
after year.
I know, they're beautiful. This time, only this time of the year, so enjoy them. They'll be gone soon.